In the majority of the top 5 leagues, a champion-elect has already been uncovered. Bayern Munich looks set to force a return to the natural state of things. PSG has never been in doubt of claiming another Liga crown. Liverpool are 12 points ahead of the rest and now only have the Premier League to focus on, in part thanks to PSG. Never said a bad thing about Paris in my life. Same goes for Newcastle, the Paris of the United Kingdom, some say. And then we have Spain and Italy, where teams seem to be consistently confused about what they want to achieve all year. After a near-perfect start, Barcelona smashed Real Madrid 4-0 at the Bernabeu and opened a 6-point gap only 12 games into the season. And then, after only one win in their next 8, they fell 7 points behind, third in the race. And then, 8 games after that, they're back at the top, with a game in hand. Just like their most recent visit to the Metropolitano, the comeback's been unbelievable. Meanwhile, the Madrid teams have been doing the exact same thing, holding the top spot for match days at a time, only to collapse for one reason or another. Coincidence? I don't know, man. The timing. It's interesting. There remains only one head-on-head clash between the top 3 teams of Spain before the end of the year, and every day it seems as though this will be the quintessential La Liga 24-25 final, El Clasico, in May. So what is going on with La Liga? Hello all, hope you're doing well. We're reaching the business end of the season, so it's time to take a bit of stock. Apologies for the lack of review videos and whatnot recently. The video essays and also real life has been getting in the way a little bit, but we move forward. And by the way, if you haven't, subscribe. Now, Italy doesn't lack in terms of drama either. All 3 of Atalanta, Inter, and Napoli have been playing hot potato with the Scudetto too. In this video, we're going to be focusing on La Liga and Spain, and we'll circle back to Serie A and Italy in the coming days, probably early next week. But truly, the reason I wanted to make this video was after watching that Atletico Barcelona game, which was just a brilliant game. It's the second time that these two sides have faced each other in the last 3 weeks, and it's the second time that at least 6 goals have been scored. And the reverse fixture was an Atletico win away. It's a wild season, I tell you that. This one ended 4-2 to Barcelona, but it was Atletico Madrid who raced forward to a 2-0 lead. Alvarez and Sørloth propelled them forward, both brilliant attacking moves. Griezmann is just sublime with his crossfield pass to Simeone, and the cutback was equally as beautiful to Alvarez. Fun fact, after this game, Griezmann equaled Lionel Messi's record for appearances by a foreigner in La Liga. It's weird to think about, right? Griezmann's played more games in Spain than Messi. Well, he will at least eventually. Sørloth's goal was just as well worked with a Gallagher assist. He developed a bit of a habit of scoring against Barcelona in big moments. There was a touch of handball in the lead up to this goal by De Paul, but Barcelona did regain possession after that, so it doesn't count as the same movement. I feel like I'm a little bit lost when it comes to how Barcelona fans feel about Robert Lewandowski. Sometimes he's praised as this brilliant number 9, which he obviously is. Other times he's this lazy, bastard player. It's odd. He scored about 94 goals in 135 games right now for the club, so it seems like he comes up with the goods when he needs to, and he definitely did against Atletico. His goal is what made that comeback possible, and it came out of pretty much nowhere, with Inigo Martinez just smashing it into the box and hoping something happened. And then Ferran Torres made it level with just an unbelievable goal, by the way. That header was insane. He gets the perfect contact on it by ducking slightly, using the pace already on the ball. All Black was dumbfounded, perplexed, baffled. The mentality of this Barcelona side to get back into the game the way they did is just unbelievable. I think about Lamine Yamal, and I keep forgetting his age, which I know is a played out thing to say and everyone memes about it, but there's a reason everyone talks about it. It really is spectacular. He's already a top 10 player in the world with the body language to show for it, and his casual banger against Benfica, which is what's in my mind right now as I'm talking, shows a great example of what he can do. But against Atleti, there was a touch he made in the first half before a snatch shot that was just so sublime. The ball fizzes into him, he controls it, the shot was wide, but my god, was it a great show of skill. His eventual goal was lucky with a wild deflection, but certainly deserved. And just to further amplify how scared everyone is of a 17-year-old, he was being double and triple manned all game long. In the end, it seems like Atletico's efforts didn't really matter. Here's a fun fact. Yamal has missed 3 La Liga games this season. Barcelona have dropped points in all of those games. For the most part though, at least for the first 70 minutes, Atletico had Barcelona's number. They were cutting passing lanes, they were more physical. Once they took the lead, they began becoming their really annoying, frustrating selves, going down after every challenge, rolling around, forcing Barcelona to kick the ball out of play, which only Lamine Yamal did. It just shows how much of a sweet young boy he is. It's what you'd expect from a Diego Simeone Atletico Madrid, right? But to me, at the very least, as the game progressed, they just looked so gassed. As soon as that Robert Lewandowski goal went in, their game plan fell through the floor, the tackles became more cynical, the touches became heavier. It wasn't pretty. A great recovery for Barcelona, but it leaves Atletico in a bit of a pickle. Last week in particular was one to forget for them. Knocked out of the UCL on penalties after a crazy double kick. You really don't see this every day. Before that, they were leading Getafe late into the game and on the verge of 3 points, only to absolutely collapse and concede twice after the 88th minute. It sounds like a pattern. 4 points off the top right now, which isn't a lot, but it's hard to ignore that they have severely damaged a golden opportunity, especially after being the league leaders and holding their own fate in their hands at one point. You can't say that they've blown it just yet, especially considering how up and down the season has been, but you take a look at their competitors and you realize that it's not looking good. You know what I mean? The Copa del Rey and the league are still within range for them, but the chances of another great Atletico Madrid side going trophyless are just as high. And with how strong these three teams are, it really is a shame that two of them had to meet so early in the Champions League knockouts. And as shown by history, there was really only going to be one winner in this contest. Atletico looked like they were feeling the effects of their colossal tie with their city neighbors when they took on Barcelona, and the same went for Real Madrid. They both went 120 minutes in a grueling knockout tie. After the final whistle was blown against Villarreal, Camavinga and Bellingham were on the floor, gasping for air. They came away with a great 2-1 win, but that win seemed to mostly be as a result of the brilliance of Kylian Mbappe as well as the brilliance of Thibaut Courtois, both showing why they're arguably the best at what they do. A brace by Mbappe and a ton of saves by the number one. Madrid have suffered through defensive problems all season long, with Rudiger, Militao, Alaba all injured, causing Tchouaméni to play in the center of defense. And he's done an incredible job, but that's not his natural spot, is it? Luckily for Madrid though, their attack has remained unbelievably potent all the way throughout all those obstructions. Vinny Jr. was on the bench due to a muscular problem, but not really a problem, because they have Mbappe and Rodrigo. If you've looked at his face in recent games, Jude Bellingham looks like he's fighting for his life with exhaustion from minute number 1 of every Madrid match I watch. Yet he's consistently incredible and his XF is just unbelievable. Expected F-bombs. Truly, a generational verbal talent. Kylian Mbappe was thought to be a problem at Real Madrid, a real issue early on, a crazy sentiment, but one that a lot of people got behind. Just do a quick YouTube or Google search and you'll see tons of results come up. People saying that he wasn't going to be a fit in the dressing room because of his ego, saying that he played in similar positions as other players in the team. However, with 30 goals and 4 assists and counting in a team where he has to share the left wing and center with another player who scored 18 and assisted 11, I don't think he's what I would call a flop. Imagine a world where Rodrigo is the 3rd best winger in your team and you have a player that can literally play in every position and be one of the best on the field when he does it. I don't think I've ever seen Fede Valverde have a bad game. Maybe average at worst, but never bad. The problem of fixture congestion remains ever present as Madrid and Ancelotti have been getting vocal over the lack of rest time for players. His post-match press conference against Villarreal chose to focus on the fact that his players were eerily close to fatigue-induced injury, even claiming that Madrid will refuse to play games without 72 hours of rest in future. Honestly, this is something that every top team has been talking about for years at this point, decades actually, especially the ones that have to play 45 plus games per season, and it's a reasonable request. However, in this case, it seems that Real Madrid made the request outside of the allotted times for changing of schedules, and that in the past, when they've made them, the request has been met. In any case, it's a growing problem, and with the Club World Cup around the corner, it's gonna get even bigger. Regardless, this Real Madrid team is spoiled and on the way to a treble, but they aren't the only ones. Given how they started the year, Barca may be kicking themselves that they aren't running away with it right now. Then again, maybe not. Maybe they're trying to spice things up for the viewers at home. I can respect it. It's crazy how the general feelings towards a subject can shift so rapidly in football. One such topic is the Ballon d'Or. Mo Salah was at one point deemed to be nailed on, until Liverpool were knocked out of 2 cup competitions in a week and Salah failed to score or impact in both games. Take a look at whatever platform you use to get your football news and you'll see multiple accounts posting the same thing about Mo Salah. His abysmal record in finals. He's only scored twice in cup finals throughout his entire career, both being penalties. The rest of the games, he's kind of gone unnoticed, invisible. So everyone's just about had their fun with him and he's out now. Rafinha, however, he's so in. Always has been, I guess. At the moment, he's got the media behind him heavily. And for good reason too. His work rate in attack and defense is mesmerizing. I've seen him running for the ball in the 93rd minute just after Lamine Yamal had taken the lead for Barcelona, and he looked like he could play another 90 minutes. He's having a really sensational year. He's played every single Barcelona match so far this season, bar one, a Copa del Rey 3rd round match. And he's now up to 48 goal contributions in 42 games for the season. It's genuinely crazy how well he's doing. I've already made a video on him earlier on in the season talking about how great he is, and since then, he's had a rough patch here and there, but honestly, the entire Barcelona squad has had a rough patch, so he's not the only one. Right now, that looks like a distant memory. By the way, as soon as he has a bad game, or if Barca get knocked out of the Champions League or don't win La Liga, the media backing I spoke about will fade away. It's just how it goes. And I feel like I have to mention, despite all the talk of Yamal and Rafinha and Lewandowski, the most important player for Barcelona right now appears to be Pedri. He's been outstanding in recent weeks, so calm, so controlling. He didn't have the best game against Atletico Madrid. They did quite well to contain his influence, but he still created quite a few chances. Lewandowski should have buried at least 1 or 2 of the great passes that he gave him in that game. Moving forward, it's clear that if anyone wants to get one over on Barcelona, they need to stop him. There is a lot of unity within this Barcelona side. Just looking at the celebrations between the players when they went ahead at the end of the game shows it. The league at the moment is Barcelona's to lose, but if this season has taught me anything, it's that you can't really predict how any of these top sides are going to play over the course of multiple games. I will say though that Barcelona have hit some unbelievable form at a really crucial part of the year. For their sake, you'd hope that they're able to maintain this form all the way through to the end. But for both the Madrid side's sakes, you'd hope that they're not able to maintain that form. Time will tell. And there we have it. Let me know what you guys think about the La Liga title race at the moment. Again, sorry for the lack of these types of uploads, but they will be coming back. That's all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.